What is up, everybody? We are going to watch the Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced worldwide reveal showcase. It streamed live at or at least the video went live at noon Eastern time on April 23rd, and it's still April 23rd, but I was not awake when it happened, and I also was going to work around the time or a little after that, so I just kind of missed it. But obviously I had to pull up everything so I can get a look at it. Super excited. Black Flag is one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. My all-time favorite being, it's kind of torn between Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I kind of like having the assassins to call upon. I also like just being in Rome and expanding on everything there, you know? Like, oh, I'm in Rome, I'm setting up the Brotherhood, I'm setting up Ezio as the mentor, you know, recruiting people. I'm like, it's pretty cool, I like it. And Assassin's Creed 2 just feels good. It was a good, I remember seeing the E3 demo at the time and going, holy, or the E3 trailer. And I was like, yes, this is going to be so good. And I remember seeing the E3 gameplay demo. And when they do the first double assassination, everyone in the crowd was like, oh my gosh, double hidden blades. That's crazy. And then it ends with them jumping into the water and you're like, we can swim. Hooray. I thought that was pretty cool. I will say I definitely prefer the originals, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations, over the Ezio collection, because some of the lighting, some of the designs look a little off in Assassin's Creed 2 with Ezio's little brother, the youngest brother. His face kind of seemed a bit off in some parts that I'm like, oh no. And then when we played the original against it, I was like, yeah, no, the original looks better. I'm hoping this looks good, you know what I mean? Because I also remember when I first played Assassin's Creed 3 and then played the remaster of Assassin's Creed 3, and everything seemed a bit, I don't know how to describe it, like clay. Like their face looked like it was just smoothed out. Like you just smoothed a piece of clay and was just like, yep, that's their face. But before I start rambling on like I am right now, let's look at the worldwide reveal showcase. I spelled Resynced wrong. I can't believe myself. Where is that? My goodness, I can't spell. Is that centered? I think because I got rid of the H, it's not centered anymore. Hold on. Is that better? I can't tell. Okay. I also forgot to open Wavelink. All right. I don't know how loud this is going to be. Hopefully it's not too loud. But we'll see. All right. Minimize that. Okay. I am worried because there is a collector's edition from what I've seen. Or it's like one of the videos I have pulled up mentions. Is it you? No. Is it you? No. It's you. A collector's edition. I'm afraid it's going to be like Life is Strange Reunion, where they scalpers bought everything. Because I went on eBay to see if anyone was selling it. Because I think I wish I could remember the original price. It was like 60 bucks or 70 bucks. And it was for some cool stuff in there, you know? But scalpers bought it and were selling it for like 270. I was like, you're out of your mind. If anything, I would pay at most maybe $20 more than the original price. You know what I mean? I was like, no, you're smoking some of the good shit if you're thinking I'm paying for that. But anyways, let's just watch. God, now I'm wondering. I did see the price on Steam. I was just typing it in to see if it was there. And it's only, well, only, it's still a decent amount of money. And obviously, I think it's, if I recall, more money than the original. It's $59.99. So 60 bucks, which is like, I would say Xbox One prices. And then 70 or, 69.99 for the deluxe. I'm like, okay. I guess that's better than like Nintendo making you pay $80 and $90. But now I'm wondering, like, Life is Strange Reunion. I just have my phone with me looking this up. Looking at the collectors. No matches found. Are they all sold out somehow? No, yeah, so people are like 24, 249.99, free delivery, brand new. $288.88 or best offer. I'm like, my best offer would be like $80 to $90. Black Flag. Hey, Mr. Friendly Boy, how are you? Wait, did your chat appear on the thing? Oh, God. Is it broken again? No, it must have shown up and I just didn't notice it. Black Flag is not a long... it depends. Certain... If I recall, certain missions require you to have specific gear. You know what I mean? So the problem is it's easier if you go exploring the other islands around and collecting resources from there, including getting stuff to upgrade your own armor, unless you just make a ton of money and just buy the different animal skins to create the better armor. Um, the problem is you do have to be a pirate and pirate around, you know what I mean? They added 6 hours of new content. Okay, we're about to watch this. I was just looking up Life is Strange reunion collectors to make an example of like, a collector's edition that was like $90 or like $70, and people, scalpers, bought all of them basically. They're selling them on eBay for like 200 something dollars to 300 something dollars, It's kind of like, come the fuck on. Someone's selling the double-sided guitar picks by themselves for $100. I'm like, again, what are you smoking? Oh no, yeah, you're good. It's where when I see it says best offer, I'm like, I'm gonna give you the price that I would actually pay. Oh yeah. And that's what I'm worried about. Because as I was saying, up here, there's that's not that one. Is it this one? Oh no, this one. That there is a collector's edition for Black Flag Resynced, that it's gonna be sold out. You can pre-order the game right now, but you are not able to pre-order the collector's edition yet. Right. But see, it says or best offer. I'm like, I'm gonna say I think it was being sold, the Life is Strange Reunion Collector's Edition. Um, Let me double check. The Life is Strange Collector's Edition was being sold for like $70 for a lot of good shit, you know? But the it just says coming soon on here, so it's not quite there. But the oh, I'm dying. So like the Life is Strange Collector's Edition was around $70. At most, I would be willing to pay like 90. I would be willing to pay 20 over. You know what I mean? I'm not willing to pay $200 over. Player obscure ones on eBay. Jesus Christ. I haven't seen those. Oh my god. Not heard of dark mode on here? Jesus. Am I logged into my actual eBay on here? Or no, I think I was just here because I was looking at shit. Yeah, I'm not logged in. National Coin Week? Interesting. Where am I? My thing is, those things that they're trying to sell have to have been up for so long at this point that the best offer thing, if you look at the deliveries, obviously they're trying to get you with that, where it's like player obscure. Oh, hold on, where's the button for this? Let me actually make sure it doesn't show like a place close to me. Yeah, no, I can't change. I can change that. Okay. Changing the zip code on here. Can I turn on dark mode before I blind everybody though? How do I do this? Yeah, I mean the first one that popped up with like the 99.7% positive rating with 1,000 reviews is $499.99, and the delivery is $10. Oh well, all the delivery changed when I changed to New York's. Uh, Interesting. When I changed to New York's stuff. Oh my nose. Guess it costs a little more to go to Florida. I don't see a way to activate dark mode right now. So this is gonna be bright. Double checking everything again. Yeah, it costs a fortune. It is ridiculous. It's not worth it, especially when they're like, hey, I'm only selling this specific thing, not the whole thing. You know what I mean? That's when it's also crazy. 600. Ugh. Ugh. Disgusting. I guess it would also depend on how long it's been since the thing. Yeah. See, my thing is, again, when it says or best offer, I am going to offer what I would pay for it, basically, is my whole thing. So, like, let me look up how much Clear Obscures is worth. Uh, Collector's Edition. I want the real price from the website. Well, it says sold out, but I want to know the price. Okay. Original price. It was going for 149.99, right? I would say I will give you 170. $20 more, you know? And keeping it at the exact price. I would have gone, yeah, 170, but I'm not like I would even do it here. I would just go in, it's like in hand, unopened. I'm like 170? Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. Because I'm being like legitimate where I'm like, if I'm not paying the exact price that it was originally, I'm going to do $20 more because that's how much I would realistically do. You know what? That is interesting. I wonder if they are. What do you wait, what do you mean you think they'll charge 60? The prices are actually revealed on Steam right now for Black Flag, if you were wondering, if that's what you're talking about. That the base game is 60 and the deluxe edition is 70. But the collector's edition for Black Flag hasn't been the release date hasn't been announced and the price I don't think has been announced. Oh Jesus, that's bright. I'm worried that it I'm wondering how they're going to go about doing this. And hopefully it's not like the Ezio collection. Yeah, Black Flag Resynced is 59.99 for the basic and 69.99 for the deluxe. But I don't know about the collectors. I'm hoping to get some more information out of that when we get to that video. But we got way off track. This is the Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Worldwide Reveal Showcase. I know, but I want to have like a figure. I've never really gotten a collector's edition of something. When the first prototype game came out, I remember my parents gifted me a prototype. I was too young to have a job, obviously, and I had a box. It was a box. You open it up, it had the game and just a T-shirt that said prototype across the chest. I don't own that shirt anymore. I wish I still did. All right, but seriously, I need to pull up the original Black Flag. I just realized, so I can compare how they look. Okay.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to
Oh, the
man's
original
natural
trailer.
freedoms.
Or I'm pretty sure this is from the. That looks like it's from the
If a man
original
plays the
trailer.
fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
So far, it looks good. Some of the
Pirates,
original
kid.
animations too.
We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't
Okay.
work if you love it.
Looks good so far. The graphics look good, but
Hey,
super of the
everyone.
original. Yeah.
I have to say, it is so good.
Oh, Matt Ryan, the voice of Edward Kenway. Isn't that the NFL? I don't watch football, so I don't know.
Be here. I played Edward Kenway more than a decade ago, and you know, he's one of those characters that never really leaves you.
I'm sorry for pausing again. I wonder if they're going to redo the voice lines. But this, again, he said it was a decade ago or more or so, however long it's been. But it's been a decade since he's voiced Edward. So are we going to hear like those voice lines of his voice 10 years later?
Now, over the past months, we know that you've been waiting, or we know that you've heard things. And today, it is finally time to share with you what we've been working on. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is a faithful remake of one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed
A
games.
faithful
It's
remake,
totally
okay.
rebuilt from the ground up with the latest version of the Anvil engine and enriched with lots of new additions. Resynchronization with Edward's journey and memories. The same
Okay.
story, the same man, but elevated to a new level of immersion and realism to bring you one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures.
You know what I just realized? Yeah, a very unique voice. I wish I had that kind of voice. There are voices you hear in media where it turns out it's their actual voice and you're like, I wish I had that voice. I mean, even when we were playing Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, I realized Yuri Lowenthal was in there. And if you don't know, Yuri Lowenthal he's the voice actor behind Peter Parker, Spider-Man in the Marvel's PS4 Spider-Man, and obviously in Miles Morales and in Spider-Man 2, where you see Peter. But he's also the voice of Sasuke Uchiha from the Naruto series. I believe in both the original and Shippuden. Shippuden. Oh yeah, Arthur Morgan's voice. Such a good voice. We got to play that game again. John Marston's voice, also pretty good.
You, one of the most thrilling swashbuckling
Did I?
immersion.
What did I
The
just do?
same man. With Edward's journey and memories.
Oh, sorry. I guess I already
The
forgot
same
what he
story,
said.
the same man, but elevated to a new level of immersion
Red Dead,
and
yeah.
realism to bring you one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures. And I'm happy to say, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced will be released on July.
Shit. No, I can still do it. We still got this. I've actually downloaded Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. And I'm going to play Assassin's Creed again. So we will be playing. We should be done with Black Flag by this time. We have all next month and the rest of this month after we finish Pragmata. I started Pragmata. We are going to finish Pragmata before I fully commit to Assassin's Creed. You're on a 180 stream streak? That is awesome, dude. Nice. I wish that would show up in the chat. Or it showed up in my Twitch chat, but not on the screen. That sucks. I know, the only one I have yet to complete is Shadows, and technically the Chronicle games. But it is technically a notification, not a message, yeah. But that is so much sooner. I guess they have been working on it. I guess this reveal is to go like, hey, it's happening, and it's sooner than you think. Yeah, I don't know. I've repurchased, obviously when they were heavily on sale, I've repurchased all the original Assassin's Creeds before they took the 2-year hiatus, and then started up with Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, Mirage, and Shadows. But I know. But I am going to see how far we get. Or we can start with Assassin's Creed, get all the way to Black Flag, beat Black Flag, and then play Black Flag Resynced, just redoing what we already did, but with the new updated version, you know? Oh, well, that would actually be rough. Because then if I were to move on to Rogue in Unity, it would be going backwards. Or at least with Rogue, it would be going backwards with the controls. The only Far Cry game I have finished is Far Cry Primal. Swing around with a grappling hook? The worst one, I loved Primal when I was younger. I haven't played it recently, but...
July 9th, 2026. Today, guys, you are getting the real deal.
Oh,
The
I'm so
first
excited.
ever look at gameplay.
I guess I could just not play the original Black Flag. I actually, you know what? I think we will play Resynced and upload those videos. And then I will also play the original, maybe on my own time to get screenshots or recordings to do side-by-side comparisons, you know? Maybe. That would be a lot of work. It's like people who play Odyssey as both Alexios and Cassandra to see both how everything's affected with both of them or whatever. I'm pretty sure the canon choice is Cassandra. Yeah, no, I believe the canon choice is Cassandra, especially if you're in Valhalla and you do the whatever, where you go to a whole different map, you do meet Cassandra. Eivor's canon gender is female as well. That's supposed to be a whole thing where you're like, oh, Loki didn't know Eivor was Odin because, like, oh, I would never have guessed that the thinking there, like, oh, a female is Odin. I wouldn't have guessed that, is what they were trying to say, I'm pretty sure. That's why he was looking at Sigurd as maybe Odin, and maybe Eivor could have been Tyr, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Everything that's been rebuilt, reimagined, and some behind-the-scenes stories. But enough of my talking, yeah?
I need a drink
Let's
after
just
all
jump
my
right in.
talking, too.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward
Oh my
Kenway.
god, hearing that voice.
And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Saying his
Resynced.
name instead of Edward Kenway.
13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic game back to life.
Okay, I see what... So,
13 years after the
let me
original.
look at this. You know, that could just be the weather of during the time. I mean, they're making it look darker on this side and going like, look at the lighting over here. Also, obviously, you can see the more details on here. Oh, they redesigned it, actually. Interesting. Yeah, more, obviously. You know what? Does that look too clean? Sorry, I'm trying to nitpick this. This one's a little dirtier. This one's a little too clean. I don't know. Oh, I forget. Is it only when you're in stealth that Edward pulls his hood up? Because it wasn't until Assassin's Creed Unity that we had a dedicated stealth button, if I recall, where he would pull the hood up, where Arno pulls his hood up when he goes into stealth. Or no, Arno doesn't. I'm thinking of Syndicate, where Jacob or Evie, where Jacob takes off his hat, pulls up his hood, and Evie just pulls up her hood. I guess... When does he pull up the hood? I remember it mostly being down.
Remake brings the classic game back to life, rebuilt from the ground up.
I wonder if they're trying to make it feel more lived in, you know? Because sometimes you look at like I can't remember the places' names anymore. But you see some islands, and you're like, man, it's kind of dead here, but it feels like there should be a lot more people here. Why is my phone going off? It feels like a lot more people should be here. So I guess, they're able to really populate an area. And looking at it, spruce up the environment.
With the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate adventure. All right, let's set sail.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure.
You play as Captain Edward Kenway.
Did they change the UI to one of the more newer ones up here? No, they did, right? Because we used to have the mini map. Pathfinder, Brace, Spyglass? Oh, is Pathfinder... Are they adding the mechanic where when you're on your horse, in one of the newer games like Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, you hold a button and the horse is like, all right, I'll follow the trail to the objective marker. Interesting. I wonder how the boat would react then, since we had to, we had to brace for different wind patterns. So I wonder if Pathfinder will work unless there's strong winds or if we're in a storm.
A rebellious...
I am going to be pausing this quite a bit, probably, and rewinding.
You play as Captain Edward Kenway, a rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the pursuit of glory, freedom, and a search for a better life.
I am also realizing I don't quite remember what the original Edward Kenway looked like. I think it had more of a devilish look to him, you know what I mean? In some of the scenes where it's like, he just looks like a pirate.
Seen your face before.
I guess.
Yous mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut
Nassau,
your bloody
that's
gob, or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Oh, I remember
Edward,
this
is it?
one.
After crossing paths with the Assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake. Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates such as Anne Bonny, Charles Vane, and Blackbeard. With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic.
You've been to Nassau in real life? That's the furthest you've ever been away from the US? I don't think I've ever left. No, I've never left the US.
Following the pirate code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise. From dangerous waters to dense jungles, untamed lands, and bustling historical cities. From the grandeur of Havana, the thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars.
I have been to a Paris Island, the Marine, where Marines go for their training. I've been there with my grandfather and other family members, obviously. But obviously we were allowed on because of my grandfather. I think I did back to school shopping there once. I don't remember why we went to start with. So I would say whichever Carolina that was, I've been there. I don't remember if that's north or south off the top of my head. I've been to Georgia, but for like briefly to go pick up something for my job at the time.
To Kingston's bustling trade hub, and Nassau, the beating heart of the pirate republic. Each city offers a distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunities and conflicts. The Caribbean world reaches a new level of immersion and realism, powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting, strikingly detailed environments,
Okay.
and a new dynamic weather system.
Okay. Interesting.
Even
Jellyfish.
underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Oh no.
With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels truly alive. Creating the perfect
But
backdrop for a life
Bonnie
on the
only
edge,
shows
where
is your
freedom is
quartermaster.
earned and danger is never far away.
Seeing Bonnie as the quartermaster, that only happens basically near the end of the game, if I recall. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried if there's going to be like a lot of AI in this game. You know what I mean? I hope not.
Time to draw swords, lads. The combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience.
What was that?
Combat
Did you see that?
Has been entirely reworked.
I don't know if I like the sparks. Oh my god. They've added skills? I don't know. I'm not sure. Because from Assassin's Creed 1 up to basically from 1 to Syndicate, it was, you know, you hold right trigger and you press X or square, I guess, a PlayStation to do a counterattack. Usually it's a one shot depending on how tough the enemy is. But now we're getting the newer style of we have what looks like abilities where you hold the trigger and you're like, okay, which ability do I want to use? I see the rope dart. I see his guns. Kicking? Can't see the bottom one. Is that also kicking? Oh, is that how he fell? He did a kick thing? Oh, the health bar's on the bottom now.
To an action-oriented experience, while wielding dual swords, pistol.
I don't know about the what do you call it? I don't know about the sparking. Swords don't naturally spark upon impact unless the weapon's being damaged, you know? That's a little like, huh.
And hidden blades. Every move now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos. Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill. Then follow with up to 4 chained takedowns.
Oh, only up to
Walls,
4?
ledges, and breakables to your advantage.
I remember you could basically destroy an entire city. You could get into a fight with so many people. Well, no, I forget which game introduced it. I don't remember if it was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I think it was Brotherhood that might have introduced it. The fact that you could, the minute you take down one target, just go to another, take them down, go to another, take them down, go to another, take them down. And it was an endless cycle of just taking them down. And if it was a brute, you would actually use the stun move where he would knock them over, and then you could insta-kill them on the ground and then keep going with the insta-kills. But now this says up to 4. So I guess they're like, hey, we don't want you completely destroying everybody.
Track of your opponents, breakables to
Right,
your
back up.
advantage. Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field.
Yeah, they would usually
But fight
counter.
recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience smooth and improved iconic parkour moves.
I will say, from my experience with the AC games, the best Assassin's Creed for parkour was Unity when they introduced the free run up and the free run down mechanics. Arno's movements in that game were just amazing. Syndicate also had that same mechanic, but it didn't feel as great as, say, Arno running through the French Revolution, running everywhere, scaling Notre Dame, scaling or descending from it. A lot of cool mechanics. I did see when I was looking at Nexus mods, I could mod the first game. I could mod pretty much a bunch of the originals from Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed Revelations. And that if I used, I would have to download Cheat Engine, which I've never done before. And I'm like, I don't like the idea of having to download those kinds of. I know it's a thing people do use. I'm just like, I don't know if I would want to use that. But that you could add parkour up and down to some of the original games, which I'm like, would that make it more fun? And I will say with Black Flag, you're really more focused on the sailing, if I'm honest.
From free jumps.
Oh, wait,
Iconic
what?
Parkour moves. From free jumps
Well, free jumps was always a
to
thing, I
back
guess.
ejects.
Yeah.
And side ejects. These options offer a range of reactive movements, giving you tighter control, resulting in greater speed and deadlier assassinations. Being a pirate assassin often calls for a subtle approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system, you can now crouch freely as part of your toolkit.
That's
to
really
approach
nice,
targets.
honestly. Sorry, I keep pausing it. I remember Unity adding the button to crouch or to enter stealth mode, you know? I remember that and going, yes, this is what we need. So I'm happy to see that it's here too. Which obviously it would be. I think Shadows actually has a really good stealth mechanic, especially with the prone ability to crawl along the ground. But again, that's only if you're playing as Naoe. If you're playing as Yasuke, you might as well just barge in there and just try to kill everyone.
Tailing and eavesdropping missions have also been revamped.
Oh god.
In the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember.
Oh, trust me, we remember.
And now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly.
Oh, interesting. What?
All these new
But wait, if you
interactions
kill
offer
the
multiple
target-
ways to succeed and progress in your missions.
If you kill the target, then what?
Of course. This wouldn't be a real pirate adventure without a ship. Jack.
Okay. The
You
bird.
named your brig after a poxy bird.
The Jackdaw. What a beauty. Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean. Now equipped with even more firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high seas like never before.
Okay. Here's my thing. Let me see who. Doom earlier in chat. Doom was saying that they let me double check, make sure that they're wondering if they were going to completely excise the modern day. I don't know if they can, because if I recall, the modern day involved Minerva, which is a huge point. Unless Resynced is supposed to be part of the Assassin's Creed Nexus system, where it's only the in-game and we are the modern day assassin again. I'm not sure. Hey, Drifter. Yeah, Black Flag Resynced. And they've already... This has been a thing that people have been talking about. And it just got revealed in this today that it's coming out July 9th. So we have 2 months, less than 2 months. So we need to start playing Assassin's Creed again, which it has been a while for me. They've revamped, it seems, combat, the UI, mechanics, and they just said that there's more firepower. Hey, DCM. Been a while. Have you been?
With new alternate fire upgrades for every weapon, you now have more power and flexibility
Alternate
to
fire.
overcome
Oh,
opponent's
interesting.
ships in any situation. You will engage in epic battles, boarding parties, and fort raids. All of these are back and as challenging, dangerous, and exciting as ever. To reinforce your crew, 3 brand new officers make their entrance.
Oh, what?
Lucy Baldwin, the Padre, and Deadman Smith. Each officer has a unique narrative questline that reveals their backstory. Gain their trust to recruit them to your crew and benefit from their special gameplay abilities. Deadman Smith, for example, unlocks a double shot from broadside weapons.
Interesting. I can see where the extra content is coming from all of a sudden. You're pretty good just looking for a chill stream to watch. Oh, yeah. I understand. That's why we stream this late. One, it's when I have time to stream, and it's for people to sleep to. This is interesting. Adding, like I said, 3 new people. I don't remember if it was Doom or Mr. Friendly Boy that mentioned it. That they said that there's like 6 hours of new content. Maybe it's 2 hours of each of the new people.
Explore the Caribbean alongside your crewmates and trusty pet.
What?
That's right. You
Oh
can
my
now
God.
find a cat or monkey for the jackdaw.
I'd want the cat.
Engage and plunder other vessels. Steer through violent storms.
And the cat come with me when I board at someone else's vessel. I want those guys when they're on the ground looking up at me like, oh, is he going to kill us? Is he going to recruit us? What's going to happen? I want the cat to make the decision. Just show up and they go, shit, it's up to the cat.
Rogue waves. Or just soak up the sun, regaled by shanties new and old.
For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her way.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains faithful to what players love, while enriching the experience with enhanced gameplay features and fresh quests and storylines, including ones for the officers you met earlier and, just between you and me, new narrative arcs involving our old friends, Blackbeard and Steed.
Oh, okay.
Defy
Interesting.
empires and relive the era's explosive events amidst the ancient war between assassins and Templars in the ultimate pirate fantasy. Gold, infamy, and adventure await. It's time to raise the black flag again.
I am pretty excited from what we've seen so far.
With Black Flag Resynced, we set out to reconnect with the heart
Game
of Black
director.
Flag.
Okay.
From the start, the intention was clear: deliver a faithful and enriched experience grounded in what players loved. We've rebuilt the entire adventure using our latest Anvil engine. Expect fully overhauled visuals, new additions that deepen its world, and enhance gameplay both on land and at sea. Movement now flows more naturally from one action to the next, whether you're doing parkour across rooftops in Havana or fighting on the docks. Parkour builds on the latest design improvements from recent Assassin's Creed games, while still keeping Edward's classic
Recent?
moves. Combat now offers a more dynamic swashbuckling experience, driven by precise parries and takedowns. Stealth gets its share of improvements too, and the ability to crouch anywhere. They open up more tactical routes
That's
and
really
subtle
nice.
approaches, letting you shape the adventure the way you want. Naval gameplay also follows the same philosophy and offers more tactical options. New officers will join your crew with powerful abilities, while the Jackdaw's weapons can be upgraded with new modes to change up the fight. The sea now plays an active role in how you'll be challenged by the elements. Weather and waves will influence how your ship will handle, while preserving the
But
pace
wasn't
and
that the
freedom
case
players
in
remember.
before?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced matters deeply to us and to you. That's why we took the time to rebuild it with the care it deserves. This remains a solo, adventure, and character-driven experience. It is not an RPG. The focus stays on how you play and how you explore the world. And as we develop the game,
But
we
I'm
organize
role-playing
dedicated
as an
workshops
assassin
with our
pirate.
community. These early player feedbacks played an important role in refining many of these elements. Here's a look at their most recent visit.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Ubisoft Singapore studio where we invited some of our biggest Assassin's Creed fans to discover the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They've had the opportunity to meet the devs, try the game, and share their valuable feedback with us. Here's what they had to say.
I still can't believe that I can help the dev team to make the game better and improve it when it finally arrives.
I'm part of that process, and Black Flag
Are we just going by their gamer tags?
is my favorite game, so to be a part of that process is...
And when they said White Wolf Whispers, I was like, is that a reference to Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf?
just awesome.
It felt nice to be appreciated in that way, to give direct input about the game.
The feedback with the dev team, they were very open as a dev team to take the...
What did that say? His name went by so
feedback with the-
fast. AC Landmarks and Gaming Landmarks. Okay, his name went by so fast. I was like, who are you?
Dev team, they were very open as a dev team to take the criticism, what needs to be fixed, what's great. They even asked us more questions about it. So I love the curiosity that they show us, and it shows that they truly care about what they do.
I'm just really excited to be back, like with the addition of new audio lines, the new dialogue, and the new music.
I'm super excited to actually help improve the staff experience for the game.
I care about this game, this remake. When I heard rumors about this game, I just wanted to be involved in giving as much effective feedback as possible.
Some of this work came directly from spending time with some of our core
When the ad break starts, we will pause and be right back, I guess.
players early on. We had them play early builds and sat down with them to gather their honest feedback on the game, tapping into the many things players expect of a Black Flag remake, from gameplay features to visual fidelity. This helped us refine some of our choices along the way. What was interesting was not only to gather that feedback, but to understand why players reacted this way. They were incredibly passionate about Edward, how he moves, how he
His
reads on
story.
screen, even the details on his face. That led to deeper conversations.
Edward was such a great
Together, we
character.
explored different approaches, tested ideas, challenged assumptions, and refined choices until the intent felt right again. The team's passion and commitment have driven every step of this journey, and we can't wait for you to see more of what we've been crafting.
Oh, it really is so good to be back in this world. Now, I believe that Black Flag is one of those pirate adventures that never really left the players' minds. And it's also really special to be here today with some of the people who helped shape the game back then and who are bringing it back now. Jean, you were creative director on the original Black Flag, and Paul, you're the creative director on Resynced, who's leading the vision of this remake today. Now, before we dive
Okay.
into what the game is now, I'd love to go back for a moment. So when you started building Black Flag back in early 2012?
2012.
2012. How was the world imagined in the first place? I mean, what were the pillars that were there from day one?
Well, from the very beginning, one of the key central core pillar was fluidity, right? We really wanted a seamless experience, connecting movement, combat, and navigation, all very naturally. And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval experience and the ground experience, because...
All right. The ad break just started. So let me rewind this slightly. and I guess we'll be right back. Mostly because I want all of us to watch this together and, kind of think about this game and what we're hoping for it. You know what I mean? But I'm still here if you guys want to chat for the next 3 minutes. If you had to pick your favorite Assassin's Creed, what would be like your favorite? Like I've said, my favorite is probably Brotherhood, and then I would be torn between Assassin's Creed 2 and Black Flag. I don't think I could put any of the new ones except for Origins on the list. Mirage would actually be lower than I would have thought in my head. Syndicate would be pretty low. I actually don't think I would rate Odyssey or Valhalla on my list. To me, they are not Assassin's Creed games. I mean, Odyssey, literally there's no assassins or Templars or even the Order of the Ancients. It's the Order of the Cult of the Cosmos. Eivor, again, to get through playing Valhalla, I had to literally not think about Assassin's Creed. And because I enjoy Norse mythology, I had to just go in and go, this is a Viking simulator, basically, that just happens to be in the Assassin's Creed world. And again, with Odyssey, it's before all of it. It's before the Assassins, it's before the Templars. I'm like, whatever. If you wanted to just make a game and talk about the Isu, that would have been completely fine with me. Which, to be fair, we don't really deal with the Isu that much unless we are in... referring to the staff that we get at the end of the game. Or if you think about the Fate of Atlantis DLC, where we are at Atlantis, which is an Isu place, you know? Even in Valhalla, playing as Odin in some of the moments is literally us being in Asgard, which is an Isu location. I mean, at the end of Assassin's Creed 2, when you solve all the truth videos, you're literally watching a video of Adam and Eve in Eden trying to escape control, holding an apple of Eden. And it's one of those where I'm just like, where did those storylines go? What happened to who is Eve? Oh, Desmond has to find Eve. Never happened. I'm like, what the hell? All right, back from the ad break. We rewound the video a little bit.
Movement, combat,
Back
and
to this.
navigation, all very naturally. And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval experience and the ground experience, because the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies, being a pirate on one side and being an assassin on the other, without any friction. And the sea wasn't just an add-on, to the ground experience. Naval gameplay was really a core pillar from day one.
Oh my god, the hailing missions when you're in your ship were so annoying. Like, the only way to traverse that was to look at the minimap. We're not even going to have a minimap for those missions. We're going to have whatever the map thing at the top of the screen is from the newer games. Because at least with the small minimap, you could see the cone of detection that you had to avoid. The ships somehow didn't see you even though they were facing you. You're just not in the cone of detection. I hope those missions don't exist, or at least are somehow more doable.
We also wanted a world that feels alive. right? Something that would react to the players, always in motion. And it was very compelling to me to see other people like Paul and his team actually to face the same challenges that we did face back in the days. And I think what helped them craft the game was that a lot of people involved in Resynced today were already part of the game, the original back then.
Paul, so you were already a part of the team back then, right? So, you know, when you come back to a project all these years later, what stayed non-negotiable from the original vision, apart from the fact that, you know, I'm Kenway?
So, Matt, the one thing that was non-negotiable is the original story of Edward Kenway. We have never approached Resynced as a reinvention. Our goal is to carry John's vision forward. And today, we have much more room to do so since the game is engineered and rebuilt on Ubisoft's latest Anvil. It allows us to push dynamism, gameplay, immersion further while keeping the original vision and story intact.
Yeah, Jean, and you mentioned before how collaborative the original game was, and can you talk about that, especially with Singapore?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a absolutely team effort back in the time. And I remember actually in 2012, when we first came here in Singapore, meeting Paul and the team to do what we call the blueprint, you know, this week of hard work where the game really emerged from the preparatory work. And Montreal worked very closely with Singapore. Singapore built key parts of Black Flag. The naval gameplay was built on top
Music
of
collaboration?
the Assassin's Creed 3
Sorry, I
naval
noticed.
tech that
I was taking a
developed,
drink.
you know, in
I was taking a drink, but I saw that next music collaboration reveal. I'm like, are we gonna have new music? New shanties, maybe?
some specific missions, but you were also behind a lot of places, locations, and gameplays, you know, like caves, underwater gameplay, forts, ships, and some major missions like the E3 demo that you worked on.
That's right. Right. So there seems to be like a real sense of continuity here, you know, not just in the game, but in the people making it. You know, one thing that that really shaped Black Flag for me was how dynamic the scenes felt coming back to it for Resynced and shooting the mocap scenes in Toronto. The scenes just felt so dynamic, like the original game. And
so he, like you said, he did the mocap for it. So, wait, is this going to be, I feel like I now have to compare the two games, like play both of them, and then compare the movements of Edward if they're mocapping it again, you know? Like, how different is it going to be from the original, if at all?
what was the intention back then, you know, when it came to all the cinematics?
So from the start, and it was a lot of discussion with Kama, the animation director back then, we really wanted the scenes to feel alive. You know, we wanted characters moving, interrupting each other, exchanging objects, you know, and reacting physically. And that sense of movement was really part of the game's identity, I feel.
Right. And when you rebuild a game like this, that I guess that becomes a huge challenge, right, Paul? And how did you keep the spirit whilst trying to push it further with all of today's amazing technology?
Well, there are many ways, but to carry on the spirit of Black Flag, we always remembered one thing: to rebuild the game with the original pillars in mind, John's pillars and the original core team's pillars. But the most important thing was the story. Every single small moment in the game had to be rebuilt and crafted. And it took a lot of handcrafting, especially the facial animations. But that's important because that's the soul of the game.
You men are the pariahs of Charlestown.
I forgot
would
how-
profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for char.
I forgot how good his voice is. Blackbeard's voice is so good.
You know, when you add new things to a game that people really know off by heart and they know it so well, the fear is always that the people might notice the seams, right? Jean, when you played it, what did you feel?
Well, actually, I felt like playing Black Flag, you know, and not even noticing where the original end was ending and when the new content that Paul and the team wrote was starting. And this is something really, really important. That continuity is very much essential.
You know, Jean, whenever we wanted to change or add something, we would always question ourselves, does this belong here? Would Edward do this? Would John get upset? And if the answer wasn't clear, we simply wouldn't do it. However, as we all know, no remake is complete without additional content. So we have added brand new chapters and brand new missions to the game, including a brand new scene with Edward's wife, Caroline, that's written by
Oh.
Darby himself.
Yeah, I remember playing it. Jean, so like there's something, I don't know, there's something deeper.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Like there's something, I don't know, there's something deeper in Black Flag than just like pirate freedom, you know, and it's closely tied to the character of Edward.
Yes, absolutely. We really wanted to send a message also saying that freedom without structure doesn't lead you anywhere, right? And Edward's arc reflects that. He thinks everything will be granted, you know, that's the good life, plundering, etc. But then in the end, you realize that you lost all your friends. Yeah. Right? And so this is very important because he grows into someone that understands his own responsibilities and that makes him, like you said, very human.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I really leaned into coming back to the character after, you know, more than a decade. You know, it's the same Edward, but there seemed to be like, for me personally, you know, from the scenes that were written, kind of, as I said, more dynamism, but also there's a certain kind of weight to Edward's journey, you know? I guess that with Black Flag Resynced, there are some really kind of important decisions to make, right, Paul? And how did you approach those?
So Matt, with Resynced, we made a clear choice. It is a pure story-driven adventure, and we are fully focused on Edward's adventures in the Caribbean. As a result of this focus, we have elected to not have the multiplayer and not have the DLC. However, Resynced is built from the ground up with new story, new content, and new systems. But we're staying true to its action-adventure roots. Resynced is a 2026 take on the original legend. And for those of us who are curious, the original will still be available.
And Jean, so the
That's
modern
good.
day, right, that played...
Okay. Yeah, no, this is what we were wondering at the beginning. Is the modern day going to be here, since it involved, obviously, again, spoiler alert for Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the original game at least. The janitor or whoever was a sage, whether they knew it or not, and was trying to revive Minerva. And we, as the modern day protagonist in the game, actually met like a holographic Minerva that appeared before us, that talked to us. So it's kind of like, oh, you know? And I don't know if in Assassin's Creed Rogue, if that modern day character is still the same one. You know what I mean? That is basically forced to join the Templars, which we never found out what happened to that guy. Again, spoiler, or this one's spoiler for Rogue. I said that one too late, obviously. So the modern days, yeah, it was a specific role. I don't like that they finished the Minerva storyline and mentioning Desmond's son in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. They mentioned they mentioned the sun in the sky and Desmond's son, S-O-N, and his role, which obviously was fulfilled in the comics. I'm like, come on, we dealt with Minerva for so many games, and you're just gonna deal with it in a comic? Like, come on.
A really specific role in Black Flag when it was released. And so can you explain how it fit the franchise back then?
So, you know, back then in 2013, the present day reflected where the franchise was at. It was a transition moment, especially with Desmond's story and what it meant at the time. But now with Resynced, I think there were some changes were needed.
That's right. Today, the modern day has evolved. For Black Flag Resynced, we have approached it in a way that focuses on Edward's journey while still connecting his memories to the Animus. The modern day rifts in Black Flag Resynced feature new moments that focus on Edward's internal struggles.
There's also something about Black Flag.
Are they referring to the rifts that were like in Assassin's Creed Unity? where you had to look for a rift and then you were in like alternate reality situations. But in this case, we're just dealing with, like it said, um, it just focuses on Edward's inner struggles and other stuff. I wonder if it means something like Assassin's Creed Shadows, where they introduced, I don't remember what it was called originally, the code name, Infinite or Nexus, but where your PC, your Xbox, your PlayStation, whatever you were playing on, that device you were on is considered the animus. You yourself are the modern day protagonist, finding real world clues and scanning through those yourself, or, reading them at your own pace, listening to them. We are the modern day protagonist. So I don't know if that's what they are referring to or meaning. Like, oh, we're playing through Black Flag, but again, we're the modern day that's going through it. I don't know.
That
I went in a lot more detail on this before Shadows came out originally. I went through a lot more detail on all the theories and what it could mean and everything.
I feel that, I don't know, people still crave what the game brought, you know?
You know what? I think it's because it's a game full of light.
Yeah.
Yes, there is danger and violence, but everything takes place under the bright Caribbean sky, palm trees, seas, movement. It's very generous in a sense. And that sense of escapism has always been part of the game, and I feel it's very relevant in 2026.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that the people, I feel, never forget, and certainly I never had, is the music.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It's the music, especially the sea shanties. The sea shanties in particular have always been part of Black
Okay.
Flag's identity. For Resynced, we have kept the shanties that everybody loves, but we have also added new shanties. They are connected to the
I
story.
was wondering if they were going to add more.
So today, we'd like to reveal a collaboration with an artist that's deeply connected to the Assassin's Creed franchise. And this artist
Okay.
has a special place in my heart because of his work on Assassin's Creed Revelations, Woodkid.
Woodkid.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's great.
Hey everyone, Woodkid here. I'm in my studio in Paris now and I have great news for you. I'm back in the Assassin's Creed franchise, this time for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. The world of Assassin's Creed has been very important for me and very linked to my career. It started like 15 years ago or something. And this time, I'm very excited about what we've done. I know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's very important to all of you. It's a game about escapism, about rebellion, about exploration, and these are themes that are very, very important for my work. I've explored these themes a lot in my music. So I won't say too much, but I can't wait for you to hear what I've done for.
If I recall, he's, like they said, he did the music for Revelations. I'm pretty sure he also did some of had music in collaboration with Death Stranding 2 on the beach and with the Arcane series, if I recall.
For
The
Assassin's
League of
Creed Black Flag
Legends
Resynced.
Arcane Netflix series.
Having him return to the franchise, especially for Black Flag Resynced, means a lot to the team. We've been working on a newly reimagined track specifically for Black Flag Resynced, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, right. And, music is just one of those things that the people remember long after they stop playing. I mean, I did. The sea shanties, I still play in my car now from time to time, and this game means a lot to you, and we know that.
Yeah, absolutely. This game means a lot to me, and I'm not saying that just because you guys are here. Just working on a game takes me back to 2012, and we all want the game to be the best it can be, and we really hope that you guys will enjoy playing it.
Yeah, so you entered the Animus for real.
That's
Back
right.
in 2012, yeah.
I mean, what a great thing, right? To come back to something, more than a decade after, and get to revisit and rebuild and reimagine this wonderful world. It's just been such a pleasure for me, and I thank you guys for bringing me back. Before we wrap this up, I've got a little surprise for you. All right, this is something pretty awesome. I saw it today for the first time, and I love it.
The collector's edition?
So here we have an Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Collector's Edition. It's
They have a video specifically for this. Are they going to reveal everything in it now?
so awesome, and inside is a really stunningly well-crafted figurine of Edward Kenway sitting there, slouched like me, really. And he looks really cool, and it's crafted really well. And inside, there's a notebook.
I do want that figure.
With all of
That's so good.
Kenway's diary entries and journeys about all of his
Oh,
adventures, and
that's
there's
really
also a
good.
brooch and a cloth map, and then some goodies in there for everyone. So this one is really cool. It's the first time I've seen it today, and if you guys like it, then you're gonna have to get your own because this one's mine.
Interesting. He mentioned Edward's journal. I guess everything that Edward ever wrote down, I guess we get to read it, which is really cool. I do like that kind of stuff.
You deserve it.
Thank you. No,
You're
but-
welcome to take it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. We can't wait for you to live or relive this thrilling pirate adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. That will launch on July 9th, 2026.
I'm excited.
I just want to say thank you for all being with us today, and we cannot wait for you to experience it yourselves. Cheers.
Okay. Obviously, it took way longer. That was 28 minutes, and we've been streaming already for an hour 30. Holy. This one is the world premiere trailer. Is that what we just watched?
If a man plays the fool, then it's
No, we did just watch that. Okay. What about you?
And bustling historical city.
No, yeah, we did see this too.
Now equipped with even
Yeah, we saw that. Collector's edition. Okay. What's this before we get into that? Health to the company? Oh, a brand new cinematic? Because obviously we've seen the original. Well, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've seen the original cinematics for Black Flag. Obviously, I guess they got a new one.
Here's a health to the company.
Oh God. Bonnie singing at the end of Black Flag. Fucking, that made me cry. Or yeah, I remember like crying to her song. And the visuals of that one, oh my God. They were so good. And we get to hear Bonnie sing again. Hell yeah.
And one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may or might never all meet here again.
rum tastes sweeter among friends, pirate.
Oh boy.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
The ghost of Blackbeard.
Not yet.
That's so good. Interesting. All right, collector's edition. Show me what you got in here. statue. Okay, I like it. Only the statue. Oh, the map. Shanty. Cloth map. Oh, so you get an actual map. A cloth map, which is really nice. And an actual sea shanty song. What is that? I see Blackbeard's beard. What's the first word? Is that the only sheet music we get? Okay. Don't save me a spot in hell, Shanker. I ain't coming soon. Oh, the steel book. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, we get the base game. Of course, the Master Assassin outfit in black and gold. Character pack and naval packs. Blackbeard's crimson pack. Is it just a red outfit? Is it Blackbeard's outfit just in red? Like in Shadows where they had the red outfit in that one? Or whatever edition it was. Ugh. I think I prefer the Master Assassin pack. Ooh. The cat would be black and gold. Is that? I thought that was Edward for a second. Who is that? Oh, is it the crew wearing black and gold? Interesting. His journal. 120 pages logbook. Cool. Ooh, the metal brooch that he wears in the game. We get a real one. That's what that one... I thought that's what it might have been, but that's really cool. I'd be scared of wearing that in public, like attaching it to my bag. Because I feel like someone would try to steal it when I'm not looking, you know? No, that's pretty good. I am, again, worried about scalpers buying all of them so that I just won't be able to get it. You know what I mean? I am worried about that. That's pretty cool. A lot of cool Assassin's Creed stuff, honestly, that I'm ready for. I've been playing Assassin's Creed. I remember when I was a kid, there was this... I would hang out with my friends in the neighborhood. You know, like, I didn't start hanging out with people in my neighborhood till I was like a 5th grader in elementary school. And I learned through some other kids that I met that I was like, oh, we're going to go see this other guy. And then when we went to his house, they opened the door. I was like, oh, that's the dude that's in my class. That's so cool. And then we hung out. We would ride our bikes around the neighborhood, skateboard around. And I remember when this new kid moved in just down the street from me. Or no. Yeah, like his grandparent lived down the street, but he also lived next door to me with his mom. That I borrowed. He had a copy of Assassin's Creed, and I thought it looked interesting. And I went, "Can I borrow this?" And he goes, "Sure." I never gave that game back to him. I think I did trade it in to GameStop when I got an Xbox One. Traded in all my Xbox 360 stuff so I could just buy new Xbox One stuff, new games. But he never got that Assassin's Creed game back from me. And oh my god, I had so much fun with it that it just hooked me on Assassin's Creed. And obviously seeing the E3 demos or the E3 trailers every summer for Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, Black Flag, Rogue, Unity, Syndicate. I was like, hell yeah, this is great. Sorta. Your toast? Yeah, have a good night, DC. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a good night. I just hit the 0 button. Sorry. It is one of those. How far back do I need to go to get rid of? That's fine. There was a point where I realized that the quality of the games were going down, but in my head, as like a kid into my teenage years, I was like, "Oh, who cares? It's Assassin's Creed, man. I love Assassin's Creed." And then I was eventually like, "I don't know. I don't know about this, guys." I mean, I played Origins and beat it, obviously, when it came out. But even then, I was like, this is different, but okay. And then Odyssey, I was excited at first and then went, can't play it, can't finish it. And then Valhalla came out. I played it and was like, can't finish it. It wasn't until Mirage was announced that I did sit down and beat all the Assassin's Creed, from Assassin's Creed 1 all the way to Valhalla at the time. We had B in all of them. And I was like, wow, not sure how I feel about the series. Played Mirage. It felt like we were getting back on track, but still didn't feel as good as playing the original games. I will say Odyssey, I said this at the time of their releases as well. If Odyssey was just called Odyssey, not Assassin's Creed, and if Valhalla was just called Valhalla, not Assassin's Creed, it would have been fine. It would have been a good Greek mythology kind of situation. That would have been fine. It would have been a good Viking simulator. But it it's like Cloverfield, I would say. That the second and third Cloverfield movies were other movies. That then Cloverfield is like, hey, no, we're in charge of the movie now, and we gotta make it Cloverfield somehow. You know? It threw me off. So this obviously is threw me off. Or Assassin's Creed, it threw me off. And Shadows, I don't know what it is about it. I just couldn't get into it. I think if like I only played as Naue, it might be bearable. Like if we were only an assassin, a Kunoichi, a ninja, an assassin, I think it would have been fine. I don't know. I'm really excited for this, you know? Playing one of my top 3 favorite Assassin's Creed games with all the new stuff. I'm excited. I'm going to start playing the Assassin's Creed games again. Excuse me. And then we are still playing Pragmata right now. So I do need to beat that first. And then we can start playing Assassin's Creed again. Oh. I think I haven't played, talking about like franchises that I've played a lot of. I've played every Call of Duty except for the first Call of Duty and the newest one, Black Ops 7. Because I was in that mindset of like, I've played all of them so far. Sorry, I'm messing with my keyboard. Where I'm like, I've played all of them. It's the sunk cost fallacy. I'm gonna ride the ship till it sinks, basically. Which, with Black Flag Resynced, we're definitely not sinking right now. Hopefully. But with Shadows and with Black Ops 7, I just was kind of like, is it worth putting my time into these franchises anymore? And with I've never played Black Ops 7. Just from the trailer alone, it like made me go, no, I don't want to touch this game. But I feel like I also should. I should go through the entire Call of Duty series just to go, here's the series, you know? Oh, God. But is it worth it? I'm not sure myself, honestly, guys. I'm not sure. All I know is we will be playing this game for sure, and depending on the price of the collector's edition, I may be getting that one too. If I do, I may end up getting the game separately and just giving out the code for the game, unless it's a physical copy, which would be actually crazy. I guess if there is a steel book, there would be. Interesting. We'll see. Who knows?